Hello, mortals! I am the BookTube goddess, the #1 drag queen booktuber on YouTube. I am once again going to review the Wheel of Time Amazon series, and today we are looking at episode 5. And if you haven't seen the episode yet, there will be spoilers. Please take a moment to give this video a thumbs up, and if you aren't subscribed, use your powers, channel them to subscribe to my channel. Okay, I need to eat some crow. As many people have pointed out, I am misremembering some of the plot points of the story. Notably, I thought Rand was trained by a sword by his father Tam, but I was wrong. He was trained in archery and later learned the sword from Lan and Lews Therin. Have they even mentioned Lews Therin in the series? Anyway, here's the thing. It's been over 20 years since I've read The Eye of the World, the first book in the series. And actually, it's probably been over 25 years, but who's counting? So it could very well be that I just am having memory issues and am creating the story I want through my own imagination. Or maybe I'm suffering the Mandela effect, and the book I read is a book I remembered, but something happened to shift reality, that there is a quantum reality out there somewhere with the book that I thought I read exists. What do you think is more likely? For those of you with clearer memories of the books, please continue to correct me and keep me on my toes. I know I'll continue to get things wrong. Anyway, let's move on to episode 5. And I'll keep it short and to the point. I was not that impressed with this episode. The season is only 8 episodes long, so we are past the halfway point, and we are getting very little plot advancement. Mostly we're getting backstory and world building development. And I find that baffling in a fantasy adventure series. Last episode, we got the climax with the big battle scene with the Aes Sedai and the false dragon. That's Logain and Logain's army. This week, we get a tragic scene of a warder taking his own life. Now, don't get me wrong, the final scene actually really moved me when Lan placed his hand on his dead friend's chest and howled. It reminded me a lot of the Klingon death rituals, but was it a major plot point in the story? We're basically following a couple of storylines. Nynaeve, or I guess I should start calling her Nynaeve, is in the White Tower, and Moiraine warns her of the politics when she joins the White Tower as a novice. Nynaeve, of course, hasn't even committed to joining the Aes Sedai and wonders if the White Tower should be afraid of her, which I thought was an odd statement. I think one thing the series has failed to do is show how respected and honored and distinguished the Aes Sedai are, at least how it comes across in the books. And I'm not getting that the Aes Sedai hold a whole lot of prestige, at least outside of Tar Valon. Rand and Mat arrive at Tar Valon and eventually are reunited with Nynaeve. We finally get to meet Loial the Ogier. Oh, Loial. I liked the actor's voice and his mannerisms, at least as much as the prosthetics allowed him to emote. However, I'm not a huge fan of the look. For one thing, he is a lot shorter than I imagined him to be. If this was made in the 80s, he would have been played by Andre the Giant, who was 7.5 feet tall and weighed over 500 pounds, and they probably didn't have the budget to do the right sort of special effects to make Loial 10 feet tall. But man, did he have to have that beard and that hair? That was a choice.
But that was a choice.
Anyway, even though I wasn't impressed with how he looked physically, I did like the actor. Now, because I don't trust my memory, I'll only mention that I thought Rand met Loial outdoors, outside of Tar Valon, and they traveled together for a while. And I don't recall Rand's initial reaction to be so over the top, drawing his sword and whatnot. I thought that was odd.
Choices. Choices.
Matt is somehow going mad, and everyone, or at least Rand and Nynaeve, think he's a channeler even though they haven't seen him channel. I assume next week we're going to get a resolution to this storyline because it's annoying me. At least I hope so, because I want to see a happy-go-lucky Matt. Lucky. Get it? We also follow Perrin and Egwene, who are captured by White Cloaks, whisked away from the Tinkerers who are getting beat up because they're trying to save them. But they get caught anyway and are tortured by child Valda. And I really don't like this storyline. I also feel completely gaslit because I honestly don't remember a lot of this happening in the books. But again, this could be the Mandela effect. Or it could be my memory. But the question is, if the White Cloaks are so over the top in capturing the Aes Sedai, why don't the Aes Sedai, the most powerful magical force in the land, stop them? Because I always thought the White Cloaks were more interested in finding dark friends. I mean, in the books there was a lot of parallels to witch hunting, but it was hunting dark friends, not hunting Aes Sedai, and people accusing others of being dark friends and that sort of thing. I think the series made a mistake, not really emphasizing the threat of the Dark Friends. But anyway, I will say I did really enjoy Perrin calling the wolves. Except I wish he was more into the wolves. It seems odd that he's kind of scared of them, but whatever. And in the books, didn't he have a mentor, a guy who was also connected to the wolves? I think that would have been kind of nice to include here. But I did like watching the White Cloaks get owned by the wolves. The main focus, though, is on the warder who lost his Aes Sedai and can't get over it, eventually taking his own life. I mean, it was a lot. And this was not a huge plot development in the books, and I don't know why it's here. I guess they're setting up the Lan-Nynaeve relationship, and Moiraine did ask about releasing the warder bonds. But I think it was just too much. Oh, I did like the warning that someone gave to Moiraine about the Amerlin seat, Suan Sanchi, who I know I'm butchering that name, but whatever, and her advisor, Leanne. For those who read the books, you know it's coming, and I am hesitantly hopeful that it will be as awesome as I remember, and there better be a lot of fishing metaphors. That's all I'm going to say. Oh, and if we're going to get any sort of comedy relief, I think we could get it here, especially with Leanne, but I'm not going to hold my breath on that. To end on a positive note, I am really enjoying the cinematography and camera work, especially when they pan out on those overhead shots. I also like the shot of the White Tower and then zooming out and seeing it dwarfed by Dragon Mount. That was awesome. And I don't know if this series is going to win any awards, but if it does, it'll probably be cinematography. Like I said, I wasn't a big fan of the episode, but I want to know what you think. Did the episode disappoint you? What did you think of how Loial was portrayed? Do the White Cloaks annoy you as much as they do me? Let me know in the comments. Until we meet again, may all the books you read and their film adaptations be blessed.